Greetings, Marsh here, and welcome to episode 29 of my modded Factorio playthrough. In this episode, we're going to expand our power generation and use Prospector to find some ores. Enjoy. Well, it's not going to take too long to get this mining research, but in the meantime, we should work on power. Seems to be working too well. I'm not sure if we can keep up with two sets of these as far as... I know wood won't be able to keep up, but I don't know if our carbon will be able to keep up. Maybe wood and carbon combined will be able to. I got rid of the carbon on here, so I can't quite reference that without rebuilding it. So let's just rebuild one of these. Basically 40 steam engines, 20 inserters, 20 boilers, and the pump. Unfortunately, we don't have access to intermediates right now, besides the steel gear wheels, I guess, because of picking everything up, so I'm going to have to handcraft a bit of this. Interesting. I updated a mod, and it looks like the offshore pump now requires small electric motors. I don't know if that would get in the way of the natural progression of AI industries. Okay, it doesn't. That's actually pretty smart, where it unlocks the electric motor first. Okay, that's a cool little addition. Yeah, you see how after building stuff for a little while, our material output is at 100%. We're even working our way through the copper, so eventually that'll be balanced. But part of the reason why we're running out of iron is because we're just not mining any of it anymore. Which hopefully we'll be able to change. Yeah, look at that. Just 2 miners left. That's pretty close. Okay, we have Prospector. And I will not research something for a second, because I want to make sure we get Prospector set up. So the way that it works is it has a scanning range, as seen here, and it will scan anything that's in its range. Let's put it on the end here. So it's going through sector scanning here, and it picks a random thing to scan, and when it does, it will unlock those resources, and they will go back from depleted saphirite to a vein, or something like that. It's going to call it something else. And it will keep going as long as it can scan stuff, and it won't necessarily scan just saphirite, but anything else that's in range. So if you want this process to happen faster, just make more radars. You don't lose anything by scanning a patch that isn't depleted, like over here. It just adds it on. Whatever was existing to whatever it found. And it does this one time for every little square. One thing to note, though, is that higher or deeper levels of scanning on your resources makes them harder to mine, so they take longer, more electricity, and more pollution. So you don't necessarily want to always prospect things immediately when you can. So it's kind of up to you based on how fast your drills are, how fast you want your resources, on just the convenience of whether you want to have to put these scanners in later to take care of things. Trying to do them in such a way where it won't touch anything else. Alright, so here we go. We've got a saphirite vein. 902 in it. So I believe the amount that it says that is left, I could be wrong about this, but I would guess that that amount that it says is left is what is still available to prospect if you prospect further. And there's 2 levels of prospecting. This one, and then the one that comes after it with blue science. That will go even deeper. So, the way the math works is the first 25% of the minerals are available from the start. And then you get another 25%, so in other words, you get twice as much by scanning the first level. And then when you scan them the second level, you get the last 50% to get access to all of it. You see how it's going pretty quick when you've got 4 drills. But also notice the mining time is 175%. If I recall, sapphirite has a mining time of 100% normally. So this is going to make it take almost twice as long to mine the same amount of resources. So it's a good thing we have the stronger drills. Prospector comes with its own strong drills, but Bob's does too, and I just figure I'll use the Bob's ones. There's tiny differences between the 2 versions of drills. I think Bob's drills are a little more balanced, but ultimately you could use either or both. They both work. So I'm going to let that run for a bit and fill everything up, and then I'll place all the drills down. Meanwhile, how much electricity is that all taking? Okay, quite a bit. I mean, radars normally take quite a bit, so it looks like it's the same amount as a normal radar. Oh, we got some biters attacking. Oh, okay. They got a little through that. They probably just attacked because they were scanned. Well, so far it's holding up. Let's see, making some progress here. Enough to reattach some drills. Alright, filling up on sapphirite again. We can remove this. Okay, let's put another set of boilers and steam engines on the other side here. Makes more sense to put it here, just because it's up against the water, where up there there's space, and who knows what we might want to put up there someday. I kind of messed up the design of the steam engines a little bit. It's no big deal. That, see how they're offset here? Well, we can squish them closer together if they're offset like this, but unfortunately right here, it doesn't really work as well when I could get an extra square squished in here if I did it like this. So, we won't do it that way. Might just have to kind of move things around a bit. And I don't want to squish the engines right on top of each other. I don't know if it makes a difference if you do that, but I'd rather keep the systems independent of each other if possible. So let's put that here. Okay, so if this is set up on the proper network, all it has is inserters, some lamps, and the pumps. Alright, there we go. That's all set up. Hopefully it's enough. Wood is going at full blast as fast as it can. Okay, I have found a bottleneck here. We are using up all of this white belt. But if you look here, at full blast we need 12 per second. Also, we can do this with the better miner, so we only need 12. Although it wouldn't be sapphirite, it would be the next one. I'd have to redo that to show the same rate. But this one needs to be updated to yellow belts to get full output. Okay, so you have an alert down here. Prospector out of ore to discover. Okay. Technically, we would need to upgrade steerotite belt as well. But since it doesn't really run that much, I will put it off for now since I had to handcraft all those belts and it took quite a while. Okay, Prospector is done. That's what it looks like. Now we need to make some drills to replace them. We can update yarn. So boom. And now we have our sapphirite vein in there with lots and lots of resources. Looks like some drills are starting to empty elsewhere, but I will not worry about it for now. Now that we actually have access to Prospector, it's not too much of a rush to just let these veins run down first before we start scanning them. Well, now that we have all that set up, we probably can start doing research again. I don't know if I want to go down the rabbit hole of just researching everything. Although there are some immediately useful things we can research. Like having a bigger inventory. That would be nice. So probably research rather quickly. Yeah. So what's next on the agenda? Well, we're rebuilding the bus here, so we should start building all the things we were before. But that's the end of this episode, so we'll have to get to that in the next one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.